focus on the two main components that are the most important when it comes to changing the way you look and the way you feel. And that's going to be training and nutrition. And we're going to start with training right now. Yo fam, Coach Sam from Strong Gents Coaching, back again with another video for you guys today. And today I'm going to be breaking down the basics on how you can lose body fat and build some muscle. If you want to look good and feel good, watch this video. Why should you listen to me, gents? Because I've been a personal trainer for a decade and counting, helping countless people achieve their health and fitness goals. But not only this, I'm an ex-ultra marathon runner, obstacle racer, and powerlifter. And I did all this with a connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. If I could do this stuff, you could do this stuff. Maybe this is you, right? Because I have tons of clients who come into me and they're in this position. They're overweight, they're unhealthy, they're unhappy, they got a bad notice from their doctor saying that they need to go on blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, and you're losing your hair, you have low energy, low sex drive, low libido. You're not getting compliments from people, you're getting comments from people on how you let yourself go. You don't look like you used to, and you just feel blah. Overall, if that's you, there's a way to change that. We're going to focus on the two main components that are the most important when it comes to changing the way you look and the way you feel. And that's going to be training and nutrition. And we're going to start with training right now. First, gents, in order to change the way your body looks, you have to understand that we have a great capacity to build muscle tissue as men. We have higher levels of testosterone than women, and we are blessed with the ability to look good muscularly. We can build muscle, but what you have to do is 2 to 4 days per week, you got to start strength training and weight training. These are the same thing, but strength training is a focus on getting stronger, and weight training can mean multiple different things. My two favorite things to do for the average guy is powerlifting focused movements paired with bodybuilding style movements as well. So we want to focus on bench press, squatting, and deadlifting in order to get stupid strong, and we can see progress in the gym. This also has a great capacity to increase mental confidence as well and mental well-being by getting and feeling strong. This is fantastic for men. It is a must in your life. That's why I choose the powerlifting movements, because they are fantastic at this. And then number two is going to be bodybuilding style movements and training after that. The reason being is because this is going to be the best and most effective way to build a muscular looking body, and it also feels absolutely amazing when going through a bodybuilding style workout. The reason being, guys, is because the pump you get from a bodybuilding style workout is phenomenal. And I am not a fantastic bodybuilder. That's never been my thing. I never put so much time and attention. I was more of the obstacle racer, powerlifter, functional guy, although I have recently fallen way more in love with the art of bodybuilding. It's one of those things that just feels amazing when you put so much focus onto a muscle, like training. Like a lot of you love training your arms or your chest, which is fantastic. You should be training all parts of your body, all muscles in a bodybuilding style, sometime throughout the week, to make sure the body's optimal. But that feeling you get from having a pump and looking in the mirror and seeing results and walking out feeling you accomplished something because you can't move your arms, that is just a fantastic feeling some of the time for most men. And you're going to see fantastic results in terms of building muscle from bodybuilding style training. So what is the basics of the strength training? What is the basics of the bodybuilding training? Gents, so the basic strength training outline, there's so many different ways to build strength and to approach a powerlifting or a strength style program. But to keep things basic, so you can just run to the gym and start right away, you're going to do between 3 and 5 sets after a warm-up and between 3 and 6 reps per set. Your rest time is going to be longer between your strength training sets because it's going to be more demanding neurologically in terms of the energy that you have to put out. So you always want to rest a little bit longer, between 1 and 4 minutes. And then on the bodybuilding side of things, you're going to be doing 2 to 4 sets per muscle group and 6 to 20 reps sometimes, depending on the body, depending on the muscle that we're training, the part of the body and the exercise at hand, 6 to 20 reps per set. And then the rests are going to be shorter. You're going to have shorter rests, between 30 and 90 seconds for bodybuilding. This is a basic structure, and you want to be training between, like I said, 2 to 4 times per week. Okay, so if you're doing 2 times per week, I would do 2 full body workouts every single week. If you're training 4 days per week, I would do a split, whether it's push, pull, legs, and you just continue that cycle. On the fourth day, you go back to push. I think that's fantastic. That's what I do. You could also split the body in half. You could do upper, lower, whatever best fits your schedule. And of course, you could do 3 days per week as well. You could do push, pull, legs. You could do upper, lower, full. You could make whatever works best for you, whatever you love more and you can stick to. Make that weekly training split how you would like it. And how long should you be in the gym for each workout? Guys, it's not too long. It's 40 to 60 minutes. You want to get in and you want to be intent with what you're doing. You want to have intensity. You want to put in a lot of effort. And then you want to get the hell out. We don't actually build a lot of muscle in the gym. We damage our muscles in the gym and then we build them in the recovery process after. So if we can get in, smash those muscles with a lot of intent, leave and start eating good healthy foods, maybe take a nap and get some good rest and relax the body, you're going to build a lot more muscle and you're going to have a lot more results than if you're wasting time in the gym and you're spending hours and hours tearing apart your body. Get in, have good effort, be intense, and get out. Plus, being in the gym for a long amount of time, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, is a waste of your life. It's a waste of your time. Go do other stuff. Go be productive. Get in, do the work that needs to be done to get the results that you're looking for, and bounce. Start your recovery process, all right? Don't waste time dilly-dallying in the gym. If you find that your workouts are like 2 hours long, you should really check to see how long you're sitting in between sets on your phone. Or are you just constantly looking for a new song? Are you texting people back? Put your phone on silent mode, get to work, get out of there in 40 minutes, and then answer people back or go do what you have to do. But get in there, be intent, have a lot of effort in that 40, 60 minutes, and get the hell out of there. You're not being a professional bodybuilder or a professional powerlifter. You're the average Joe trying to look and feel good, and that doesn't take 4 hours to do, all right? Another thing inside of the training realm is cardio. Now, a lot of people are afraid of cardio, and you hear all the time, you don't need to do cardio to lose weight. Cardio is overrated. Cardio kills gains. Can you lose weight not doing cardio? Yes, but it makes it harder and it's not as healthy. What I want you guys to understand is you're not trying to be an ultra marathon runner. You don't have to do what I did. You don't have to do 50-mile races and stuff like that. You don't have to go for 30-mile bike rides. You don't have to be on the Stairmaster for 4 hours. What you need to understand is that cardiovascular exercise, number one over everything, increases the vitality of your life by increasing the efficiency of your heart and lungs, the two most important things that actually keep you walking in this life. Big biceps and a strong deadlift are fantastic, but they don't mean anything if you're collapsing on the floor because your ticker on the inside of your chest is a piece of crap because you never trained it and you treat it like shit. So prioritize your cardiovascular health, number one, for health in general, to keep you healthier and happier over your span of your lifetime, but also to aid in a fat loss process. You see, by doing cardiovascular activity, we have the potential to burn more fat stores in our body. It gets super hard to keep losing weight if you try and just reduce the food that you're eating. You're gonna hit a point where you're just starving yourself and no one can maintain that forever. And what happens is you end up binging. But what you can do is lower your food and start eating healthier and add in cardio at the same time, and you create a greater deficit, which is for another video that we won't get into right now. But the importance of cardio is extremely high for everybody, especially if you're trying to look and feel good. Cardio is also fantastic for the brain as well. Time after time again, we understand from the research that has been done, if you just go do a Google search, it's insane how many articles come up of cardiovascular exercise being fantastic for mental health and brain health, more so than any other form of exercise. And although other forms of exercise have that same potential, it seems that for some reason cardiovascular exercise reigns supreme over them all. So not only are you going to be getting the physical health benefits from your heart and your lungs and just an overall physiological aspect, the psychological health aspect is skyrocketed through the roof as well. So you kill two birds with one stone by adding in cardio to your life, guys. Yeah, it's cool, like I said, to be big, jack, and strong, but it's cooler to be healthy and happy. And if you can be big, jack, and strong and healthy and happy, that is cool as hell. So how long should we be doing cardio? Well, between 20 and 60 minutes, at least 3 days per week. Can you do more? Abso-freaking-lutely. But I want you to start somewhere, and I think 20 minutes is very reasonable. Leave your front door, put the timer on, walk in one direction until it says 10 minutes, walk back to your house. It's that simple. If you have to wake up 20 minutes early to do it, or skip 20 minutes of your favorite TV show to get it done, You got to get it done. It's my favorite form of cardio for the average guy, well, especially in the wintertime here in New Jersey and just in general because it saves time. You don't have to drive to a gym to do it. You can do it at your home. If you have a treadmill, that is incline walking on a treadmill. But more so is walking in general, guys. Just getting out there and hitting the pavement. You don't need, if you don't have a treadmill and you can't do incline walking, the reason incline walking is a great option is because it does burn a few more calories per mile, per hour, per effort that you're doing on an incline than it does when you're walking on flat ground. But honestly, if you're getting out there on the flat ground anyways, and you're outside and you got some hills, that's just as good. Walking is key. If you can walk every single day for at least 30 minutes, you're gonna do your health and your body, the way it looks, a great service. So add these things in, guys. Start strength training, start weight training, and add in your cardio. All you gotta do is go for a walk. Now that we covered the training aspect, gents, it's time to jump into the nutrition aspect. So what food do we need to be eating in order to look and feel our best? So I do this game with most of my clients that come in when they're trying to lose weight, and they say they're doing everything in their power to lose weight, and they're just not losing weight. And they're asking me for all this help and all these insights. And of course, I give it to them, obviously. And there are some special circumstances where you need to dive super deep and figure out what's going on. But a lot of the times, I will ask them straight up, what do you consider to be junk food? And they will rattle off pizzas, pastas, fried foods, fast foods, snack foods, pastries, ice creams, sodas, iced teas, Gatorades, fruit juices, candies, Snickers bars, chocolate bars. They will rattle all these things off without even having to look them up on Google. And then right after they tell me all those foods, I ask them, okay, what would you consider to be healthy food? And they rattle off chicken, eggs, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, potatoes. They rattle these things off. Water, berries. They just start saying all these things that are healthy, right? They'll be like, oh, an apple's healthy, banana's healthy, right? And I'm like, yes, it is. They're like, oh, broccoli, cucumbers, carrots are healthy, right? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Eggs are healthy, right? Yogurts are healthy, right? I'm like, yes. So, and then I tell them, I say, you just told me all the foods that are crappy for you and all the foods that are healthy for you. Which ones are you eating more of? And then they're like, oh, okay. Because we already have a basic knowledge of what is healthy and what is unhealthy. And it is true that most of the foods you would put in that unhealthy category are causing you to gain serious amounts of weight and keep that weight on because they're so easy to overeat. They taste fantastic, but they're also extremely high in calories. So what should we be focusing on in terms of food? What we should be focusing on is trying to reduce the amount of junk food, snack foods, and quote unquote unhealthy foods that we're eating and start eating more whole, healthy foods that we know already unconsciously, intuitively to be healthier for us because those are actually the food that are going to help you reach your goal faster than the other ones. Can you never have junk food again? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to limit that. We need a good balance. And right now, for most people, for most of you watching this, you need more of what we call healthy whole foods in your life than the junk foods. So you need to do a complete flip-flop. So one thing I want you to prioritize is the following. Higher protein content foods. We're going to get this in the form of animal products, mostly because they're higher in protein and good quality protein. So we're talking things like chicken, steak, fish, pork, eggs, Greek yogurt. If you can add more of those into your diet, you're going to see some good results in terms of the muscle building process that we're trying to do and satiation, feeling fuller for a long amount of time. Protein is very powerful for doing that, but mainly because we're also trying to build some muscle, and protein is the building blocks of muscle. So if you want to really get results from all the work that you're going to start doing in the gym, you need to be making sure you're getting adequate amounts of protein, and that comes from the foods I just mentioned. Moving on, we do want to start eating some vegetables. Now, for some weird reason, a lot of men don't like vegetables. I don't know why that is. I think it's because most men have never really had to cook. A lot of the men, at least around here, a lot of the men that I work with, don't cook. They don't cook. They're 60 years old and they don't cook. They're like, oh, I've never really cooked a day in my life. I'm like, how are you alive, right? So they've always had people just making them meals. And if they didn't want something, they just wanted to eat it, and someone would just give them what they wanted. Okay, I don't want the veggies. I'll eat the whole loaf of bread. Can you buy me a loaf of bread? Yeah, I'll buy you a loaf of bread, and then eat the whole loaf of bread. You have to have some responsibility, some self-responsibility, some self-accountability when going through this process. And what you need to do is start adding in vegetables. Doesn't have to be ones you don't like. Find ones that you like and eat fuck ton of them, all right? Eat as many as you possibly can. The reason being is because not only are they going to keep you fuller longer, because there's going to be a lot of bulk there, it's going to fill your stomach up, they are super low in calories and super high in micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals, which is going to aid in being your healthiest self as well. You don't have to go crazy with trying to be plant-based or anything like that. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you that these are essential in keeping you fuller longer and giving you the ability to eat a lot of food without sacrificing all these calories, okay? Fruits are pretty similar considering the fact that you can have a lot of them for lower amounts of calories, and they also carry vitamins, minerals, just like your vegetables, some micronutrients. So adding these into your diet not only gives you those health benefits and the more fuller feeling without having so many calories, but guys, fruits taste fantastic. Now, some people are like, fruits don't taste that good. You need to understand that you've probably been eating a lot of hyper-palatable foods and candies, and your taste buds are expecting those high-palatable foods and candies all the time with a really super sweet taste. And so you may be nullified to true sweets in nature, which are fruits. And if you just cut back on those foods for a short period of time, a week, 2 weeks, and you start incorporating more fruits, you'll see that fruits taste unbelievably sweet and fantastic, and they can curb that sweet craving that you get throughout the day, throughout the week, whatever the case may be. And after that, guys, is drinking more water. A lot of the people come in the office, they really don't drink a lot of water. They just don't. So when I say, how much water do you drink? They're like, well, I had a little bit when I washed down some of my vitamins and my pills in the morning. I'm like, anything else since? Like, I had 2 coffees and nice tea for lunch. I think I drank a little bit of water right before dinner, and that's about it. It's not a lot of water. So really want to focus on staying hydrated. Staying hydrated could also curb some hunger, but it also just makes the processes happening within your body more efficient. It makes you feel better, fights off headaches and fatigue, so on and so forth. So this is what you really want to focus on in terms of the foods you want to add in. Again, high quality protein sources and lots of them to help build muscle and keep you fuller. Lots of veggies because they carry micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals, but they also keep you fuller for a longer amount of time without having so many calories. Fruits is the same thing. It's a lot more food for a lot less calories, and they're also will curb that sweet tooth craving that you get, and water to stay properly hydrated and functioning at a high level. Just to give you guys like a basic meal breakdown for something that you should try and strive for, right? If this is your dinner plate here, you really want to have a big portion of this plate be protein, veggies on this side, your starches or your favorite form of carbohydrate like rice, potatoes, quinoa, if you want some bread, if you want some pasta. It makes up a smaller portion of the plate. The protein takes up a lot, the veggies take up a lot, and then for like a dessert or a side dish, you can have some fruit in the form of whatever fruit you love, but I love berries. You can eat a lot of them. It's more like a snack than anything, and they're sweet. They curb your sweet tooth. So this is a basic outline of a meal. If this is a dinner plate, you have your proteins on one side, veggies, starches, and then your fruit as a dessert to curb the sweet tooth. And then you're going to see some really good success. And the same thing is true for anything. That was like a lunch or a dinner. And breakfast is the same exact thing, guys. Like, for example, an example breakfast would be, let's just say, spinach and mushroom omelet with a side of fruit and 1 piece of toast. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Do it every single morning. You can have a 3-egg omelet with 3 slices of turkey bacon with some sauteed spinach on the side and a bowl of berries. Like, that's fantastic. That's the basics, guys, of the training and nutrition. I'm going to make videos where I dive in deeper on each topic, but this is just the basic outline. I want you to take it and run with it and start to change your life. We can get into calorie counting, what foods you should be eating, meal timing, carb cycling, intermittent fasting, all that stuff. I will get into that in later videos, but this is just the basics, guys. This is just to get you started, get you on track doing the right things. And I want you to do it for a long enough period of time for you to get results. So stick to this for at least 4 weeks. Really try and change your life. Like, test yourself mentally. Like, do you want to be in the position you're in? Are you happy where you are? Or do you want to be someone else? Do you want to be the best version of yourself? You want to be the best version of yourself, you're going to have to do some things that you're not comfortable with. You're going to have to sacrifice some time, energy, and some instant gratification in order to see the result that you're looking for in the near future. And it is completely and totally possible. So many of the people that I've worked with have achieved great results, not because I'm such an amazing coach, but mostly because they stick to the basics for long enough time until they adapt to them and it becomes their new lifestyle. And that is when they see the results. And as a coach, it's not necessarily the information I'm giving to people, it's the accountability, that I'm giving to people. And I want you to understand that it is completely and totally possible for you to hit all the goals that you want. And if you do need an accountability coach, find someone near you. You can reach out to me. You can send an email to stronggentscoaching@gmail.com, or just find a coach near you, because they're going to help you reach your goals in a more efficient and timely manner. Don't forget, guys, the motto here is train your life to change your life, because I truly believe you can train small aspects of your life every single day to see a grand positive result in the future. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this video, gents. Until next time, peace.